It's Wednesday, December 22nd, 8 a.m. So that means one thing, gym. That was heavy, but I'm here to answer your questions today. I asked you guys some questions like, I don't know, almost 2 weeks ago at this point, and I'm gonna answer them as I go about my day and get some stuff done. I'm gonna go home, shower, get some breakfast, and meet you guys at the shop. Took a little bit of a detour today. I didn't expect to, but I just spent some time test driving this 1990 Land Cruiser, FJ62. This thing is nice. Should I do it?
Bro, it's up to you. I'm honestly like hurting. I'm hurting.
Why are you hurting?
At the idea of selling it, I'm hurting.
But it could be mine, and that should make you happy.
That makes me a bit happy. It makes me happier. And also a bit sadder.
Well,
because it's like when I come back and see you driving in it, it's just gonna be like, oh, it could have been. Well, it could have been.
When you come back in town, I'll just let you take it for a spin. Right? Thoughtful of you.
I know. I'll just go, hey, I'm going to Asheville. I need a weekend car. And you're like, bro, here are the keys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. Should I do it? My day got derailed a little bit after I left the gym and went by the coffee shop, and Elias was there, and he has this, an FJ62 90 model Land Cruiser, and it's just a beauty. And he's like, hey, why don't you take it for a spin? Drive it, see if you like it. Maybe buy it from me. And now I want to buy it. That's what I originally wanted. I originally wanted a Land Cruiser, not a Land Rover. But now I have a Land Rover, and this prick, is trying to sell me a Land Cruiser.
I'm not trying to sell it.
Well, you are, but you're not.
I'm trying to be a friend.
You're like 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
That's a good way of putting it. One foot in, 1 foot out.
1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah.
This is Elias, by the way. He's a nice guy. Kind of a prick, but kind of a nice guy.
That's the definition of a nice guy.
who's trying to sell me this, but at the same time not. I'm getting mixed feelings from you, man.
Definition of a nice guy.
So yeah, I should start by updating you guys on the Land Rover before the conversation about the Land Cruiser begins. So, Land Rover. I bought this back in May, I think it was. Maybe April. I can't remember. It's been a long time. Basically, spring. I bought the Land Rover, and I daily drove it for like 2 months. And then, well, we had an issue. Head gasket blew, and it started leaking oil and coolant like crazy. That's what all these spots on the floor are. It became almost undrivable. Like, it still drives, but I don't want it to just, give out on me while I'm out and about. It was overheating, which is why the head gasket blew, and that's really loud. That's why it's been parked for months and months and months. Basically, I bought it, put the lift kit on it, drove it for a while, and then the head gasket blew, and it's been sitting here ever since. I've driven it a couple times ever since. That being said, plans haven't changed. I still plan on building it out, and just been putting off buying all the parts for it because they're expensive and sometimes I'm a cheapskate. But I'm in the process right now of buying the LS swap kit. So yes, I'm putting an LS1 inside the Land Rover. I'm probably actually gonna lift it another 2 inches and then, finish building it out. I've got a lot of interior work and stuff left to do on the Land Rover. I freaking love this thing, man. I did originally want a Land Cruiser, but the Land Rover is just near and dear to my heart now. Now I'm here looking at this. I would feel a little bit bad for Elias if I bought this, because it is his baby, but this is what I wanted. This is like the dream car. So the question is, Do I have two project vehicles? Do I buy a Land Cruiser and keep working on the Land Rover? The Land Rover's happening regardless, and I feel like I shouldn't take on another project. Realistically, I should not buy the Land Cruiser, but man, I'm so drawn to it. They're hard to find, they're only going up in value, and they're beautiful. I'm ready to move on the Land Rover. It's big project number 1 for 2022. The Land Cruiser would be more of like just a forever thing that I keep and drive almost every day because it's sick. The Land Rover is more of like dedicated overland travel vehicle. Bro, thank you for letting me check it out.
Of course.
I will make you cry later, not today.
Oh,
I'm gonna cry as you drive away.
Okay.
But
make sure Alex knows about this.
She does. She's not happy, but she knows. She's not happy, but she knows. Hey, if you need a tree cut down, Elias is your boy.
Hit us up. Charlotte area, not Iowa.
Not Iowa.
Iowa.
Not even. You're not doing it in California yet.
Not California.
Just
maybe
Charlotte
one day.
area.
Maybe one day.
All right. All right. See you, dude.
Later.
Bro. There she goes. Oh. All my hopes and dreams driving away. I should probably actually answer some questions now. So EDC, what I mean as, could you include more watch stuff on your channel? I could, but the problem is that you guys just don't seem to care about it as much as other stuff. It's historically the worst performing videos that I upload, and that shouldn't always be the determining factor, but this is also a business and my livelihood, so I also have to take that into consideration. So as much as I love watches, many of you don't care about them, and they're extremely expensive and prohibitively expensive for a lot of people. So it's just a tough subject to cover as a broad EDC channel versus just a watch channel. I love them, that's not gonna change. I have slowed down in buying them, but yeah, I'm probably gonna just keep them as periodic uploads, but nothing too frequent. Next question is for the love of knives. He said, how's the married life? Congratulations. Thank you. Really, honestly, it's about the same, right? Alex and I have lived together for 7-ish years now, and almost to 8 actually. Yeah, things have not really changed at all. We have 2 kids together. It's not gonna change much just by, legally getting married. We were basically married before. But thank you. And Maria Jord Goob, she said, how does your dream house look? Honestly, truthfully, deep down, I don't care so much about the house itself. I would be pretty okay living in a shack. However, I have family, so that can't happen. All I really care about is land. I want like 50 acres, no neighbors, and whatever house is on that land, as long as it's not dilapidated, I'm pretty happy with it, right? I'm not too concerned with the house itself. I want land and a shop. I have a shop, but I'd rather have a shop on my land by my house. So that's the ultimate goal. Alex can really pick the house out because I really don't care. I do like more modern styles. Actually like the house here. This house is really nice. I really, really like the look and appearance of this house. So something like that on like a bunch of land. Anyway, I gotta go over to the office and meet a buddy of mine, Joe, who you guys haven't met yet. He's thinking about moving in next to me, and I really need you guys to convince him to do that so that he can work with me on stuff. I mean, we can still work together without him being there, but I want him next door. Joe's not here yet, so I'm gonna answer a few more questions before he gets here. Next one comes from Bailey.dp. He says, what's one piece of gear you wish existed but doesn't? Nice try. You're trying to steal my ideas. I know what you're trying to do. I'm on to you. No, that's actually a really tough question to answer if you really think about it. Like, I could answer with something like, oh, a flashlight that's as good as, say, an Okluma DC0 that's also USB rechargeable and doesn't have any kind of like caveats, but like that's not a real answer. A real answer, I think, is a product that doesn't exist, and I've been asking myself that question for at least 2 years now. What's something like a hole in my carry that I could fill with a product that doesn't exist? That might be creating a problem to have a solution for, but I mean, that's how innovation happens, right? you create something that maybe doesn't land, but there are pieces of it that are really good. I don't know. It's something that I think I'd really have to sit down and think about to have a legitimate answer, but it is a very thought-provoking question nonetheless. Next question comes from Tyler Chapman 22. He said, are you going to the next Blade Show? Yes, and I'm probably also going to Blade Show Texas. So there's a Blade Show in Texas in, I think, March, and then there's also a Blade Show in Atlanta, the normal one, in June. And I don't think so, but I might be going to SHOT Show. Maybe. Last one for now, Brandon.925 says, best EDC knife under $100 that you actually carry. Really, I think the best one, where is it? Hang on, let me get it. Really, I think the best one is right here, under 100 bucks, Ferrum Forge Stinger. This thing is absolutely fantastic for the money. Nitro V steel. It's a liner lock flipper. It also has a little groove so you can spidey flick or thumb flick it. Really compact, really, really great knife under 100 bucks. I lied. One more while we wait because Joe's still not here. Tent or hammock camping. That's an easy one. Hammock camping all day. I'd not gone hammock camping until recently when I started backpacking this year. And all I'd done is ground or rooftop tent camping. Hammock camping takes the cake, no question. It's just so much more comfortable. It's actually really convenient. As long as you have the right gear, it can be expensive, but it's not as expensive as rooftop tent camping. Okay, Joe's finally here. So this is Joe. I told you earlier, you guys need to convince Joe to get the office next door. Go to Rustic Heirloom on Instagram. There's his logo right there. Look him up and harass him until he says yes. What's up, Joe?
This ain't going anywhere.
This is going. He wouldn't take a bet with me a minute ago that plain Greek yogurt tastes like sour cream on a taco,
No
and
way.
it's better for you.
No way.
But this is gonna happen. I don't care. This is gonna happen.
What's
happening? Make it happen. And 3 hours later, Joe's gone, and that went really well. Hopefully, he will move in. I think it'll be really cool to have him next door. But next question comes from Chicken Drumstick. He said, what's in the pockets today, good sir? Well, let me show you. So obviously I did an EDC update recently, but a few things have changed. Actually, a lot has since then. Upgraded my phone. This is the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I have it in an Apple leather case. I actually had to take the paint off of this case, or the finish, whatever the finish was, so that it would start to patina, which is kind of annoying. Like, the old cases were actually really good. The new cases honestly kind of suck, but now it's doing okay. But iPhone 13 Pro Max, the watch, since it's already here on my wrist, this is a new addition that I got just earlier this week. This is my first Islander from Long Island Watch Company, or Mark over there. He makes some really great stuff, but this is a collaboration with Loomshot, who customized my Oris, the green Bico that I have. So I wanted to support him, so I picked up his new watch last week. The flashlight in my pocket, no surprise. Okluma DC0. These two things also probably no surprise. I have the TiScribe-Go from Urban Survival Gear and the SOG Power Pint. The knife that's in my pocket is actually something I don't carry too often. I put a new edge on it and started carrying it. This is the Shirogorov F95 RT. The ring also, lest we forget, that is a new addition to my carry since I am now married. The Groove Life Zeus ring, and that does bring us to our sponsor for today. You've probably seen their super popular silicone rings, which come in no shortage of colorways, but the killer features are how comfortable and breathable they are. The grooves on the inside let air in and moisture out, and they're so comfortable you'll forget you're even wearing a ring. What you may not be as familiar with, however, is the Groove Belt, the belt I've been wearing every day for the last 6 to 7 months. The Groove Belt is easily the most comfortable belt I've ever worn. It's made of a very tough and rigid stretch nylon that conforms to your body as you move, and because it stretches, it's more of a set it and forget it belt. You never really have to adjust it. That's also because the clasp is fixed. It uses very strong neodymium magnets that snap the buckle together effortlessly. And if you ever do need to adjust it, it's very simple to do. Just pull the buckle or the tag in to adjust the belt in or out. And like their rings, the Groove Belt comes in a wide array of colors and patterns that you can mix and match to find your ideal everyday belt. Pricing starts at just $60, and the best part is the no BS 94-year warranty on the belts and rings. Cut it, stretch it, or lose it, and Groove Life will replace it. If you want to check out Groove Life and buy yourself the most comfortable ring and belt ever made, hit the link in the description down below and use coupon code BESTDAMN for 10% off your purchase. And once again, I want to thank Groove Life for sponsoring this video. And finally, the last thing in my carry, this is a prototype wallet from Joe, who I showed you earlier. Joe is coming out with a new design. This is just an early prototype. He wants to refine some things, make the snap a little short, like thinner, and change a few things. And we're actually going to probably do an exclusive version of this for Carry Commission once I relaunch. But cool little new wallet. I don't think it has a name yet, but it is a prototype wallet from Rustic Heirloom, and that is what's in my pockets. The next question comes from thecount.88. He said, updated one and done knife video. Probably not going to happen just because nothing has really changed in that regard. Really, there are 3 knives that I am really crushing on right now. 4. We'll make it 4. The Chris Reeve Umnumzan, the Shirogorov Neon Zero, the Quiet Carry Drift, and the TRM Shadow, all for different reasons. But if I had to choose just one, still, to this day, it would be the Umnumzan. So there's no point in remaking the video. There's just not. Same verdict. The next question comes from Colorado native EDC. He said, you've been hitting the gym, big dog, looking mean. Yeah, as you saw earlier in this video, I work out now, which is something that I've never done before this year. I used to play soccer in high school, but as soon as that ended, I mean, no physical activity really ever from 18 years old to 31, like nothing, basically nothing. So I really set out this year to change me for the better, and the biggest part of that was, you know, getting healthy and taking care of my body. I wanted to be a better father, a better businessman, a better person all around, and I think that starts with taking care of yourself. I think I've done pretty well, all things considered, but I could have done better, and I want to really push myself next year, especially the beginning of the year, to hit my goal, which is to have lost 50 pounds. Currently, if anybody's wondering, I'm at like 35 pounds lost, so still a ways to go, but feel much better. Next question comes from DK92. He said, knife collection video, or at least a photo of them all on a desk. Yes. Knife collection video will probably happen early January, or like mid to late January, so early next year. If it doesn't happen in January, it's going to happen in February, but yeah, I've not really been buying a lot of knives. My collection has stabilized a lot. I got rid of a bunch recently. I might get rid of some more because I just never carry them, but yeah, knife collection stabilized. It's time to make a state of the collection video. Cats and Carry asks, when and how did you get the idea to start a YouTube channel? Well, I've been doing this for a very long time. I've explained this in a lot of the Q&A videos, but I never intended to be a YouTuber. I was working at Best Buy selling cell phones. A guy came in, we talked for a little bit, and he offered me a job. It wasn't really a job, it was kind of like volunteer work for a website. I was moderator for the forums. Fast forward like 6 months, that snowballed into a job. It wasn't paying enough for me to do it full time, but I decided that it was time to leave because I wasn't making enough money and I was spending too much time working on it. And they offered me a full-time salary if I would drop out of college and quit all my other jobs, because I had like 3 jobs at the time. So I quit all those, decided to work for this company. I worked for them for 2.5 years, almost 3 years. And right towards the end, they asked me to start making videos, and I was absolutely terrible at it, really bad, like horrendously, laughably bad at making videos. But someone from another company, a friend of mine, a current still friend of one of my best friends in this world, Brandon Miniman, saw something in me, and he decided to take a shot and see if I was worth it, or if I could, like, you know, step up to the plate and do something with the opportunity. So he offered me a job. I didn't know when I took the job that I was going to be on video primarily, but that's what happened. I was a writer primarily before that, and he offered me a job, took it, and day one of the job, he's like, hey, go make this video. And I'm like, I don't even have a camera. So I went out, bought a camera, made the video. It was okay. It wasn't great, but he saw something that, you know, told him that I could do it. And he said, we're not going to use this video. Go make another one. And we used the next video. That video was uploaded to the Pocket Now YouTube channel, and I became basically, you know, one of their main video guys for years, and just kind of bounced around the YouTube space ever since. That was in like 2013, I think. So been around for a while, 8 years on YouTube now. All that's to say, I got a taste of it. I enjoyed it. I really liked creating content, and I knew very early on that I wanted to run my own channel. So I tried day and night for about 7 years, and only in the last 3 has that actually come to fruition. So a lot of people saw that this channel blew up pretty fast to where it is now. Not really the case. It was years and years and years of trial and error, and something finally clicked. So yeah, it wasn't just an overnight decision. It's something I tried to do for a very long time. Next question comes from WRX Dill. He said, what is the best hard use knife under $250? Not everybody's gonna agree with me, but I would say probably the Benchmade Mini Adamas. It is chunky, it's thick, it's got crewware steel. Not everybody is a huge fan of Benchmade for a number of reasons. I like this knife as a truck knife. This is where I keep this knife in the center console of my truck because it's just a tank. Going back to the knife collection video, 21 Marty said, how many knives do you own? Ooh, probably too many. I would say if we're counting fixed blades and Swiss Army knives and everything, I'd probably say close to 200-ish. It's a lot. It's too many. It's definitely too many. The Only Axum says, what's a knife customization that you've wanted to do but have never had the time or tools or ability to do? Easy peasy. I like the action and the fit and finish and the look of the Grimsmo Norseman, but I'm not a huge fan of a recurve Tanto. So what I would love to do is get an old one and then regrind it into a drop point, like totally reprofile the blade and grind it into a drop point. I think there's enough blade stock there. Like just carry this line down to maybe like right in here, and then find where this levels out, and just instead of a recurve, it can recurve a little bit, but just kind of carry that line up. So it'll be a little bit of a recurve, but it'll still be a drop point. I think there's enough material in the original blade of the Norseman to do a drop point. And I know you're like, why wouldn't you just get a Rask? And I could, but I think the Norseman looks more interesting than the Rask. I want a Rask, I really do, but I think the Norseman would also look really good in the drop point. Watch Frantic says, don't you ever get tired of knives, talking about them, making videos about them? Absolutely. That is 100% why I have the shop. A lot of people were wondering, why do you need a shop? What are you gonna do in the shop? Well, I am gonna do some knife content and EDC content out there. Knife customization, tutorials, how-to stuff. But really, deep down, the whole point in the shop is building up that Land Rover, redoing my trailer, and building and making things. I missed that part of, I used to do that stuff all the time, and now I just make videos all the time. And yeah, it gets boring, it gets old. Once you've seen all these knives and handled really nice knives, I've got customs. I don't have any like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 knives, but I really, truly, deep down, have no desire to own, you know, multi-$1,000 custom knives. I'd rather have, you know, 50 really good knives that are much more reasonably priced. So yeah, there is a point where you just like, you've seen it all and experienced most of everything, and yeah, you get a little bored with it. So I go through ebbs and flows, just like with anything else. I'll spend months where I don't care about knives, and you'll probably see that reflected on the channel, where I do fewer videos about that and I try to do more of something else. But moving forward, you're gonna see more non-EDC content on the channel, just because I want to keep things fresh for you guys, but also for me, because yeah, I do get bored from time to time. KJP817 said, any plans for new watches? If so, which one? Well, obviously I got this one. This was not planned. This Islander was not planned at all. It was a total impulse buy. But yes, I really want a Tudor black base steel bezel. I think those look beautiful, really good looking watch. And I kind of want to buy one to commemorate the marriage. Selfishly, I want one, and that's a really good excuse to buy a watch. But still, yes, Tudor Black Bay steel bezel. Sweet Tea and EDC, go to top 3 EDC items, what you grabbing? That's really easy to answer. Okluma DC0, Chris Reeve Umnumzon, and a tactile turn pin. I think those are just totally bomb-proof products that you can always rely on. Always. That's it, guys. Thank you guys for all your questions and for everything. You guys have really made this year an amazing year for me. The channel grew tremendously this year. I have had a really great year personally. Just home life's great. Everything is great right now, and I really have you guys to thank for all of that. You guys have made all of this possible, and I genuinely can't thank you guys enough. And just, I'm excited. I'm really, truly excited and motivated for next year. I cannot wait to get back in here, start of the year, and just hit the ground running. I've got a lot of exciting and fun stuff coming up. You guys are going to see a lot more of what I'm talking about come the start of the year. I really want to break ground on the Land Rover more than anything, but yeah, relaunch a carry commission. I'm excited to share that with you guys, and I think you guys are really going to like what I'm doing with it and where I'm headed with that, and the channel in general. I think you guys are going to like it too. It's just the main focus in 2022 is more, better, and more fun. So yeah, I'm pumped. I really am. But for now, I'm going to go home, hang out with the family, spend Christmas with them, and we got a couple more videos this month, and then I'm going to take a little time at the beginning of the year to just regroup, clean stuff up, finish decorating these offices, clean out the shop, and get everything just organized in my brain for hitting the ground running in 2022. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll see you guys next year.